Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Sundial. I've talked about them numerous times here on the channel. Into a lot of different MJ plays here on the channel. This one is always the, seems like the popular one to talk about. The most things going on with it. This is the one that people love to talk about and hold and see where this one's going to go next. So the biggest thing with this one, I believe it has till August, needs to get above $1 so it's not delisted. But it hasn't been above $1 for quite some time. So here's a look at what they've done over the past year. So they're down, as you can see, over 63%, and probably right about in here last June sometime is when they were last at $1, and as you can see for the last 6 months they haven't been above $1, so you need to keep that to keep your status here on the major exchanges, otherwise it's going to go back to the over the counter. So they've been in trouble with it before. This has been a meme stock, Reddit, all that from time to time, but I'm sure if you're watching you probably already know about all that. So over the past 3 months it's down over 17%. It's actually green here in the past month, and here in the past week down about 3.6%, and here today it's actually in the green a little bit. So I still have 210 here at $1.04. I haven't bought any more. I've just been kind of putting this one on the back burner, but I'll talk about it here on the channel, but just haven't bought any more of this one, so it would help me out to buy some more, but I'd have to do the math and see how many I'd have to buy to drop that down to the 60 or 70 cent range. It'd probably take quite a bit. But if you don't know much about this one, it's a MJ stock. Like I said, I've talked about it numerous times. I'll link that in the description as well. Founded in 2006, volume of 11.92 million, average of 92.64 million, and a $1.07 billion market cap, a 52-week low of 40 cents. That would have been the time they got in, and a 52-week high of $1.75. Here's a look at their next earnings expected on March 17 in the after hours, and as you can see, I haven't tried to buy this one for quite a while, and I'm glad those didn't fill. So some of my orders, when I put them in, I'm glad they didn't fill, because as you can see I'm about 30 cents lower. So here on Microsoft Bing, currently showing it as a hold. Sundial growers outpaces stock market gains, what you should know, and this is dated on the 24th. So closed at 52 cents, making a 1.53% move from the previous day. The stock outpaced the S&P 500 daily gain of 1.5%. Elsewhere, the Dow gained 0.28%, while the tech-heavy NASDAQ added 0.52%. Heading into today, shares of the company had gained 11.21% over the past month, outpacing the medical sector loss of 2.09% and S&P 500 loss of 3.75% in that time. So they will be looking to display strength as it nears its next earnings release. Just as I went over, if you want to see that again. Next is on March 17th. So put that one on your calendar if you have this one. That way you can, I'd put it a couple days ahead. That's what I do, and on the date, that way you don't miss it. Here's a little bit about their ratings. We'll go over more ratings here at the end. So it's probably going to say a hold or a sell. I'll just predict it now, but that's what it's been saying for the last couple times. The stock ticks all the boxes for top investors. For readers interested in the stock health of Sundial, is currently valued at 51 cents, where the transactions were called off in the previous session. Stock hit the highs of 0.5375 after setting off the price of a 0.56 or 0.5265. The company stock value dipped to a 0.495 during the trading on that day, so it's been taking some dips. So if you're looking to buy, maybe it presented a buying opportunity for you, or maybe you're trading this one. So recently in news on February 25th, 2022, Sundial announces extension of Alcana arrangement agreement outside date. I've talked about this on the channel here in the past. Today announced that the mutual agreement with Alcana, they are extending the outside date for the closing the transaction or the arrangement contemplated under the arrangement agreement between Sundial and Alcana, dated on October 7th of 2021 and amended on January 6, 2022 to March 30th of 2022 in accordance with terms of the arrangement agreement. You can read further details here. Sundial growers had a pretty dodgy run when it comes to the market performance. The 1-year high price for the company stock is recorded at whether this is good or bad, 0.6666 on 2/11 of 2022, with the lowest value of 0.400 for the same time period recorded on 1/24 of 2022. So the full year performance is a whopping minus 61.56%. And so here's the 52-week high price and low. We already went over that. Why Sundial Growers is poised for a long-term success, even though Sundial has struggled to trade above $1. Sundial Growers is on track for success in the long term based on fundamentals of its business. So we'll just have to wait and see again on this one. So again, they're a Canadian MJ. They're currently valued at just over 50 cents. While it's still at risk of delisting from the NASDAQ exchange, the company has been consistently investing in its business through strategic acquisitions. In the short term, Sundial shares will likely suffer from market volatility due to the current macroeconomic scenario, but because the global MJ market promises strong growth in the long term, Sundial shares should rise. And here's a look at some of their products. So maybe, I don't know, don't take my word for it. I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, but maybe while it's at its lows, just after reading this article in regards to a long-term success, maybe it's just keeping a buying opportunity for everybody, and then you can get in and keep it for the long term. So to stay on the NASDAQ exchange, Sundial shares must trade above $1 for 10 consecutive trading days. The company failed to meet its previous compliance deadline on February 7th. However, Sundial managed to get its 180-day extension from NASDAQ. The worst case scenario is that Sundial will delist from the NASDAQ exchange, but even if Sundial fails to meet the minimum again, company could keep its listing by doing a reverse stock split. So that's what we don't want to see. This would involve reducing the stock's liquidity and thus proportionally increasing its value by combining existing shares together. I don't know if they've done this in the past. I know Hexo has done this. That's the other popular MJ stock that we all love to hate to love. So it's worth mentioning that Sundial has already been in this boat before. In late 2020, the stock was under risk of delisting, but managed to keep trading over $1 for 2 weeks in June of 2021. Sundial is focused on acquisitions. According to Sundial management, the company's main objective is to increase the value of its shares to focus on improving its liquidity and cost of capital in the long term. To achieve these goals, Sundial intends to optimize its production by focusing on the end consumer in the Canadian territory. Here it kind of goes over some acquisitions of Alcana. a Canadian liquor retailer, and I've pointed out on numerous MJ videos, I think the major catalyst for projecting growth, sales, all the above, stock price increase, is the liquor retail sales, mixing CBD, THC, whatever they do to improve those drinks, I feel is going to be the future of a lot of MJ stocks. Just a thought I kind of see as the next Red Bull, next monster drink, if you will. So you can leave comments. Those are always appreciated. So, and again, the acquisition of Inner Spirit Holdings, which is retailer and franchisor of Spirit Leaf Recreational MJ in Canada, where it has more than 100 franchises. Partnership with SAF Group, the joint venture in Sunstream Bancorp, which should hold its IPO soon. Long-term, Sundial should pay off. So you can list your comments, what you think Sundial is going to do long-term. I think they're all going to be great long-term, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens with these. So market analysis, see Sundial growers gaining to 65 cents, time to buy. This is just dated yesterday. Closed the trading session at 51 cents on the 25th. The day's range saw the stock hit a low of 0.495, while the highest price level was 0.5375. Company report on February 25th. The Sundial announces extension of Alcanna arrangement agreement outside date. So this kind of goes over a little bit more Alcanna information. So it looks like we'll close on or before March 30th, so maybe we'll see, and it could go down or it could stay the same. We'll just have to see if that increases the stock price between now and then. Only time will tell, so we'll just wait and see on that one. And over here on Reddit, not much there. Over here on StockTwits, currently at 51 cents, low of 40, high of 175. Testing the upper channel edge. There you can see it just. I've not heard of this one. New Leaf Ventures. Might have to take a look at that one. Here we have Tilray. They're down a little bit. Sundial. GameStop. Still trading, blows my mind. And Amazon's back up above 3,000. So hemp, I think I've talked about this one on the channel before. Looks like it's a true penny stock. And if there's any MJ stocks you want me to take a look at, make a video, I'd be happy to do that as well. Over here on MSN Money, currently showing this one as a hold, and no ratings here. That's kind of surprising on tip ranks. But that's all that I have for Sundial. If you have this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information that you'd like to share on this one. And like I said, if there's any other stocks out there you want to see a video on, I'd be happy to put that together as well. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.